There's a new face on the veldt and the Fort Wayne Zoo's Africa journey. Last week, we told you about the Bontebok joining the other animals. Wild on Wayne got to learn more about this species, and we met Norman.
Under the wide open skies on the vast African veldt, you'll now find Bontebok Norman.
He is 6 years old. He is from the Cleveland Zoo originally, but he is joining our ladies out here on the veldt, so our zebra and our wildebeest ladies.
The Bontebok is an antelope species found mostly in southern Africa. In the wild, you'd find them out on the veldt right alongside other animals, like zebras and wildebeest.
It is very exciting to just see the diversity of a natural ecosystem out here again. So he is a grazer along with our other gals out here. So you're going to see him grazing alongside them. He might be off on his own a little bit. They do tend to separate during their nap times, so he will lay down a lot during the day when it's hot.
With a brown ombre coat and white markings on his behind and nose, it's easy to spot Norman out on the veldt. He also has distinct horns.
Where the wildebeest, they come out and they go up sideways. His go back actually and tip forward just slightly in the front.
You can usually find Norman hanging out in his favorite spot, the pond on the bottom of the veldt. Before he went on habitat, he spent some time getting to know his new friends behind the scenes. The zoo takes careful consideration when introducing a new animal into a space. It started with Norman exploring his new home on his own, so all the animals had time to adjust.
He spent about a day and a half getting used to the space just so that he'd know where everything was. We don't want him to not be familiar with his landmarks. And then he very quickly shifted back in. We shifted the girls out, and then he was allowed to join them. We did not want him to have them released onto him. We wanted to give him that space to set the pace. We really wanted to give him the choice to do that. Basically, that just looked like feeding the girls off to the side a little bit, allowing him to come out, and then they were able to make visual contact with him at that point. And so it did go very well. They did want to see him immediately. He was a little less excited about them being too close to him, so he did let them know. And then after about 5 minutes, they all separated back into their groupings. And we saw him come over to the small pond that he loves. And he was actually scent marking. So what that looks like is he was on his front legs, he was horning the ground, so he's gonna be kind of just doing this on the ground. And he's marking his scent glands, which are housed under his eye, onto the ground to let them know, hey, this is where I'm staying, this is where I'm at, I'm here, this is what I smell like. Which is all very positive behaviors. And then he laid down and took a nap along with everybody else. And so very positive interaction all around.
Bontebok in the wild are not endangered now, but at one point they were almost extinct.
Back in the 1900s, early 1900s, they were one of the high game species that a lot of people would go on game hunts for. And so they really cracked down on that, and they brought them back from the brink of extinction, which was about 17 to 30 individuals. They brought them completely back, and they're now at a near threatened level, so they're no longer endangered or near extinction, so quite the opposite, which is very phenomenal for them.
So on your next trip to the zoo, be sure to walk through the African journey and pay a visit to its newest resident.